What is the reality out there as far as how leaders are leading their entry level or shop floor employees? How engaged are these people really, is your experience? I mean, how invested do they feel in the company, the environment where they work? Just give us a bit of a feeling about what's going on out there. A lot of leaders are leading a lot of employees on different levels of organization, but the most of the employees are at the very bottom. How are things there?
Not well. I think, if you look at employees on the shop floor level, I don't think any of them dreamt about being a factory worker. I don't think it was the ideal to be a worker at that level. They had big dreams, but they did not have opportunities, and they ended up taking a job that is available for them. So they do the work to put food on the table. Where I think compared to me, I always had a passion for what I was doing. I had the opportunity to study it. I had the opportunities, many doors were open for me. And I was then motivated to walk into those doors. But on those levels, people come from a tough environment. They work in a tough environment where the nature of the work is not interesting. Sometimes they work in harsh environments where the work is tough. There's nothing glamorous about it. There's nothing exciting or stimulating about it. And they go home, when they close those doors, they go home again to its situation where they struggle. And I think many leaders don't understand that. They either have never lived there and been there, so they don't know what it is, or they have been there and they've been promoted and they forgot about it. There's a saying that when you become a captain, you forget what it feels like to be a sailor. And I think that's also true for many people. They've forgotten what it is to be a sailor. They've forgotten the how you have to drive yourself to do a menial kind of work every day, where the only thing that keep people performing is compliance. I need to comply. I need to do what I'm being forced. I'm being threatened. And if you think that we spend more of our time at work than we spend at home with our loved ones, it's such a sadness if the time that we spend at work actually is a burden and not a gift. I have seen that it's not so much just the nature of the work, it's the nature of the work environment that is shaped by the leader that can impact how people experience their work. And most leaders do not understand that.
So let's take this overall leadership tip, successful leadership tip that you've given. Yeah, that's we park that on its own, if I can put it that way, and that's as merit just for our journey. Let's work on a leadership tip here for leaders who have a lot of shop floor entry level employees, thousands of them. What are they missing? What can they do? Maybe just something simple, and I know there's lots that they can do to capture those hearts more and to lead them more effectively.
The most important desire, I believe, that any person has is to be seen and to be valued. Sometimes leaders say, but people get paid for what they do and they're not that outstanding. So why should I say thank you? Why should I acknowledge them? Leaders sometimes mistake recognition, which is for excellent work and excellent contributions, with appreciation, which means you appreciate and value somebody for a contribution they're making. When I go to a restaurant and somebody puts food in front of me, I haven't even tasted it, but I thank the waiter and say thank you. Why? For the service that they rendered.
Yeah.
And I know so many people have been working at shop for 10, 20 years and saying nobody has ever said thank you. People want to feel that they want to be noticed. And the most important thing that leaders can do is to see people and value them and appreciate them when they are contributed for their contribution. That already has a huge impact on their level of motivation to then show up and do the best that they can.
So, and authentically, right? Genuinely, it's
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, none of us are fooled by a sugary smile that is just teeth. Or none of us is fooled by if you have people sometimes say, yes, I know, but we have a Friday burger or a Friday braai once a month or once a quarter, we've got an employee of the month. That means nothing if there is not a genuine expression of appreciation on a day-to-day level.
So make sure
needs to be genuine, authentic.
Yeah. So make sure as a leader that you actually understand what you're going to appreciate them for. So if it means you must go and work with them for a week on the floor, then do whatever it takes for you to be able to relate and to truly mean it when you say, I appreciate what you're doing. Do that. Do whatever it takes in your situation. It might be different for different leaders. But is that fair?
Absolutely. I remember my dad used to be a doctor, and he at the end ended up being a farmer. And I remember once one of the farm workers did something and he didn't do it well enough according to my father, and my dad said, you should be doing it like this, and he showed it. And he said, yeah, meneer, I could also do it like that for an hour, but I have to do it for 8 hours. That is the difference. If you don't feel what it is to be a sailor, you can't appreciate the effort. You can't appreciate, thank you for coming to work today. Thank you for putting everything. Thank you for working in this environment where it is hot or whatever. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you that I can trust you. Those are the kind of things that people need to hear. And as you say, it's not authentic, it's empty. And I also know that often on the higher job levels, people can still be fooled by glamour and beautiful words. But when you work at the lower level, you have learned to see right into the hearts of people. And you're not fooled by beautiful words. You're not fooled by that because you've been tricked many times. People become very discerning. They know exactly whether it's been said with the intention to just get more out of you, or whether it is really with the intention to show appreciation.
Alinda Nortje, thank you so much for your overall tips and then your more detailed tips for leaders who have a specific population that they lead. Really appreciate it. And I guess that would apply to politicians who have all sorts of individuals that they lead all over the world. And we appreciate your time, and well done again for the award.
Thank you very much. And thank you again, Adrian, for that. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.